on the calendar for 2014.
So heat number 3, Chris Holder going off the inside in red. Gate number 2 is Andreasa Jonssona in blue. Matej Żagar, gate 3 in white. And Emila Sajfutdinova going off the outside in yellow. Will Mr. Żagar behave himself at the start this time?
Well, I suggest he's going to have to, otherwise the referee may well lose his patience with him. But they've been given the second chance here, certainly Żagar has. They settle down. Once again, a very tasty-looking lineup for Heat 3.
Heat 3, second time of asking there, and the green light is on. Oh, and Żagar moved again there, but the referee has allowed it to continue. And now here comes Sajfutdinova around the outside, but Żagar's leaving. Oh, drama there, and Sajfutdinova has been hit from the back. Jonsson couldn't do anything about that whatsoever.
Whoa. Nasty looking incident coming out of the first corner with Żagar squeezing Sajfutdinova up against the fence going down the back straight. I sense that Sajfutdinova possibly should have reacted a little earlier. The room, he was in a vulnerable position coming out of the first corner. But I think that the concern is that Andreasa Jonssona has actually collected him as they've gone through. And halfway down the back straight, you're at high speed. That was a nasty incident.
Well, absolutely, and Jonsson's having a lot of treatment. Sajfutdinov's still down as well. It was one of those down the back straight where you could see that Żagar wasn't going to leave any room.
No, and Emil kept coming,
yeah,
and he just ran out of room. Żagar was in front. He could dictate terms, and he was doing that because he was in the lead, and Sajfutdinova had generated lots of speed around the outside. But I think the concern is when Andreasa Jonssona, who was literally just could not avoid him, there was contact, and fairly heavy at that.
Matej Żagar, who rides in the UK for the Bellevue Aces this year. And
made a fantastic start, didn't he?
Yeah.
Almost a possibility he may have moved fractionally early, but the referee had let it go. Both riders are still taking, well, plenty of time to get up.
Well, we wish them both well. Obviously, that's the priority, and I don't think the referee will announce a verdict on this until the riders have had their treatment, and indeed, we just really hope that they both get up from this. Here we see it again, Kelvin.
Yeah, Sajfutdinov's coming around the outside, but he isn't quite there, and Żagar comes across to stop that move, and unfortunately, that's the issue. That is the issue, and Andreasa Jonssona, who's made a poor start, he's out the back.
Emila Sajfutdinova is just getting to his feet.
And boom, catches the side of him, side swipes him. And his left arm and wrist and hand area certainly taken really heavy impact. Not the ideal start for him. Żagar there just lifting and runs out of room. Tough speedway. Wouldn't want to be the referee.
Yeah, Emil is up. He's watching the replays on the big screens here in the stadium. He can't believe it. He's already injured with that broken metatarsal in his left foot. He could do with a lift back to the pits, couldn't he?
Yep, he could do. And they're having a chat. The referee will be very interesting to see what the referee does. I'm not quite sure which way he's going to go here, Nigel. Whether he has to exclude somebody. Will he deem it that Sajfutdinova should have shut the throttle off and allowed Żagar to continue on?
Żagar had the lead, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and he has the right to slam the door shut, and that's what he did. And unfortunately for Emil, he just sort of falls all over the back of Żagar and comes off.
Jonsson, by the way, still having treatment down on the back straight.
I think Sajfutdinova is in danger of being excluded here.
This is a good angle, isn't it?
Just runs out of room. Żagar kind of, you know, we see that often, and there's contact. Oh, that's nasty. He's going to feel that. He's going to feel that.
Yeah. Jonsson sat up now, we're pleased to report, on the back straight.
The referee, maybe he will consider Żagar lifted there and cause the incident, but it's a really difficult call.
Well, we're hearing Matej Żagar will be disqualified here. The man in white is to be disqualified as the primary cause of the stoppage. And Matej Żagar, I suggest, will be fuming with that decision. Absolutely fuming. He's heading straight to the phone to speak to the referee.
Referees deemed that he was the cause of Sajfutdinova coming off the bike, but Żagar was in front, and tough call. Either way, it was a tough call, but I am surprised that he's excluded Żagar. I thought it would go the other way. Got a feel for Andreasa Jonssona, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. desperately trying to avoid that man, but he clipped him and then came off and came a gutser himself and has come off second best. Looks like he's going to be struggling to take his place in the rerun.
Yeah, in a lot of discomfort. Now, the man in white is adjudged to be the cause of this.
Well, he has moved out across in front of him coming out of the first corner, but I'll just keep looking at those dramatic scenes. But Żagar's in front there, Sajfutdinova trying to get around the outside of him, but just runs out of room, and Żagar, who is in control of the race. Yeah, tough call for the referee, Nigel, but...
well, it's all about opinions, and it will be divided. This is a type of decision where opinion will be divided.
Completely. I thought that Sajfutdinova possibly would have been excluded, but Żagar will feel aggrieved because he will say, I was in front, I had every right to close the door.
Yeah, and Andreas Jonsson clearly in a lot of discomfort. You'd be surprised, wouldn't you, if he was to reappear in the restart of heat number 3. And
he looks well neck and well, yeah, obviously Emil there just sort of hobbling back to the pits, but he's been doing that since Monday when he broke his foot. But Bo Virabrand there, the Swedish team manager alongside Andreas Jonsson, does look quite knocked about, Andreas Jonsson, doesn't he?
Absolutely, but when you look at a crash like that, Kelvin, the good thing is that both of them have walked away from that. AJ's hurt, obviously. Emil's obviously feeling beaten up, but the bottom line is they have both walked away from that. That is the most important thing.
A lot of luck involved in that as well, Nigel, because obviously down the straight